everyone, Miltyman234 here, and welcome to another Forgotten Media Christmas special, where I dig up some stuff on the island of forgotten Christmas specials. And this year we're going to be taking a look at a festive Disney topic, which is, well, obviously not that. But yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've covered something Disney related on the show. Like, there was Carolina Princess one time, and then stuff related to the Haunted Mansion. But this time we're going to be covering an obscure festive Disney film. Now, there is some interesting history with how I discovered this film that I'll be talking about in this video. This was back when I used to work at a store that sold used items, kind of similar to Goodwill and those kind of stores. I found a VHS copy of the film in a tub full of old VHS tapes that someone donated, and the cover really caught my attention. I was like, it's a Christmas film, it's made by Disney, yet it doesn't seem to be as well known and talked about like some of the other holiday specials that they've made, like Mickey's Christmas Carol or The Santa Claus. At first I thought I'd never heard of this film before, but later on I realized, wait, I have heard of this film before. It was from those old promos on those Disney Christmas VHS tapes, like Jiminy Cricket's Christmas. Yeah, those old promos pretty much advertised it as one of their festive holiday full-length feature films, along with mentioning a few other obscure titles like Babes in Toyland and Where the Toys Come From. Maybe I'll cover that film for next year's Christmas special. I didn't get around to buying a physical copy of the film, but I was surprised to see it pop up on Disney Plus, which was how I was able to watch it. So, without further ado, let's take a look at One Magic Christmas, a Disney film released on November 22nd, 1985. Yeah, it's kind of weird for a festive Disney film to be released close to Thanksgiving rather than being released in December, but oh well. The film opens up with our introduction to the guardian angel named Gideon. He is tasked to help spread some Christmas cheer to someone who needs it, which leads into the family that we mainly focus on in this movie. The husband, Jack, who is a mechanic and dreams of opening his own bike shop one day. His wife, Ginny, who has lost her Christmas spirit to the point where she no longer says Merry Christmas to anyone. Weird description, but anyway, there's also their children, Cal and Abby. The film mostly focuses on Ginny dealing with raising her family despite not being the most wealthy family, and Abby, who wants her mother to mail her letter to Santa Claus. One day, Abby is greeted by Gideon. He tells her that he is a guardian angel, and later on he explains that he ended up being a guardian angel after he drowned while saving a kid from drowning. So, at first you kind of think this is weird, small girl next to this guy in a trench coat and everything, something's wrong. But he does show he is a bit of a guardian angel, with showing off some powers. Like, there's a scene where some kids are playing hockey and a hockey puck is about ready to hit a girl in the face, but he quickly teleports it away to smash a window instead. And the funny thing about that scene is that the people that saw the puck magically disappear in front of them and reappear somewhere else, their first response was, "Wow, the window broke." Oh, really? It wasn't, "Holy shit, this guy can teleport objects!" Anyway, later on in the film, Jenny and her husband Jack argue about how they should handle their troubled finances, which ends with Jack going for a walk to relieve some stress. Abby tries to mail the letter herself to Santa Claus, but Gideon tells her that only her mom can do that. So what, is mailing only a grown-up thing now? Well, it turns out that if Jenny mails the letter, then apparently that'll help her get her Christmas spirit back. Yeah, too bad Jenny can't handle something as simple as that. Anyway, Christmas Eve arrives and things start to take a turn for the worst. Jack goes to the bank to take out some savings to do some Christmas shopping. Ginny hears about this while working and runs out, which leads to her boss firing her. And a man named Harry is trying to sell some of his possessions for money to try and support his family, which doesn't do so well. So he ends up becoming desperate and tries to rob a bank while shooting Jack in the process. Harry ends up stealing his car with the kids still in it, and it sort of leads into a bit of a chase scene and ends with Harry driving off of a bridge into the river. So, not only did Jenny's husband die, but now she thinks that her kids are dead too. Damn, this just got really heavy and depressing all of a sudden. Well, thankfully Gideon saved the kids, so they're fine. But they're having a hard time understanding that their father is dead and not coming back, which leads to Abby finding Gideon and asks him to help bring his dad back to life. But he says that he can't do that, but says that maybe Santa Claus could help her. And that's what happens. He takes Abby to meet Santa, all while Jenny is freaking out that her child has disappeared again. Sheesh, this gal can't catch a break. Abby meets Santa Claus in his workshop. She tells him about her father being dead and asking him to bring him back, but he says no. Yep, not even Santa Claus can bring people back from the dead. But he tells her that there is something that could help her and help her mom get her Christmas spirit back. And we get a glimpse into Santa's workshop, where it's actually populated by guardian angels rather than elves. So, apparently, in this film's universe, if you die and become a guardian angel, you are automatically employed to work at Santa's workshop. Well, that's, different. Although I do like the extra details that they added to these workers, coming from different time periods and cultures, all while Santa greets them in their native language. And sometimes you'll see some specific angels working on specific toys, like there's a pilot working on a toy airplane and a conductor working on train sets. Santa digs through his archives of letters that he's been mailed to over the years, and gives Abby a letter that her mom mailed to him many years ago when she was young. And so, with letter in hand, Gideon takes Abby back to her house, with Ginny being relieved that she's safe and sound. Again. Ginny finds the letter in her coat pocket, reads it, and that's all it takes for her to get her Christmas spirit back. Nostalgic memories. She mails Abby's letter, and suddenly Jack comes back. At first, I thought this scene was going to be his guardian angel meeting her one last time and telling her something like, "Yep, I'm still dead, but I'll always be alive in your memories," or something like that. But that's not the case. Turns out that after she mailed the letter, time has rewound to before the events of Christmas Eve, so the current events that happened is taking place right after Jack finishes his little walk to release some stress. So Christmas Eve comes, again, but this time Jenny's a lot more prepared. He gives Harry some money so that he doesn't end up robbing a bank and killing her husband. She tells her boss that she needs time off to spend time with her family for Christmas, which he agrees to, and she helps provide some extra money to help Jack for his future bike shop. So yeah, happy ending after all. And that covers One Magic Christmas, and I can see why this film has flown under the radar for most people. It's a very adult film, focusing on Ginny dealing with trying to raise her family, all while there's whimsical moments thrown in with Santa Claus and guardian angels. Yet at the same time, the film can be very depressing. I find it similar to Mockingbird Lane. It's just one of those projects where it can't make up its mind on what the tone should be. I guess the best way I can describe this film is, it's like if Disney tried to do their version of It's a Wonderful Life. At least the acting is good in this film, especially Jan Rubes as Santa Claus. Although I find the design of his workshop to be very lazily put together, with those cheaply made buildings, as well as a random lighthouse in the middle. I guess that's supposed to represent the pole at the North Pole, but I don't know, it just looks off to me. Admittedly, I've only seen this film once, so this is more of a first impressions kind of video, so I haven't had much time for the movie to sink in, but even after that first viewing, I'm pretty sure I won't be seeing it again anytime soon. As I mentioned before, the film is available on the Disney Plus streaming service, but if you're more into physical home media, the film has been released onto VHS, Laserdisc, and DVD. In closing, One Magic Christmas is very meh. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect going into this film. I didn't expect this film to have some whimsical charm, a lot of depressing moments, and moving at a pretty slow pace. And at the end of it, I was just left with a, well, that was a thing, kind of feeling. So if you're in the mood for watching a festive Disney film this year, you're better off watching something else. I only recommend this film out of curiosity. And thankfully there's a lot of different options to choose to watch this film, unlike most of the medias that I've covered on this show. Man, 2021 is almost upon us, and soon it'll be the 10-year anniversary for Forgotten Media. Yeah, how time flies. But until then, this is Melting Man 234 saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that jazz.